What's going on YouTube? It's the Green Shiz here. Bought a tripod. That's what you're all sitting on now, not a stack of CDC slabs. So that's good. Making vast improvements here. Just so you know, when you go to Best Buy, you can price match Amazon. And I highly recommend you do that. This tripod was originally $79, and I walked out of there with it for $45, which is blasphemy. It blows my mind that they could charge that price. I'm not even gonna open this right now. I was gonna do a quick mail day return thing. I got my my Zapdos back for this is the crack Zapdos. I haven't looked at the grade yet. I cracked this CDC 9.5 Zapdos, so this will be coming up in a video here in the next couple days. This is going to be a little bit different video, but I also got an awesome mail day, another video game I purchased. But this video is more of me sitting down and going through these binders, and you might not enjoy it, but this binder of the really expensive cards and determining which cards I want to maybe go to BGS for a black label, which ones are PSA, and which ones are CGC. And kind of my thought process of how I determine that and going through it. So I got my binder. I'm going to go through these cards and sort these into 3 different little areas and get some cards moving and make stuff happen. So let's jump right into this, alright? Just realizing I probably should take these out of the binder first, otherwise that's going to be a lot of unnecessary time. Just taking cards out of the binder to look at them on camera. That's going to be a nuisance, though. It's going to be a nuisance. Sponsor drink. Yeah. Got to take every card out of the binder. Makes sense. So I should put them into something else. An ETB I opened. That looks like it'll work. Hold the cards. So let's fast forward to me having all the cards out of the binder sitting inside of this. Alright, let's do it. Alright, let's get into this. It's 9:08 p.m. I have 52 minutes until the PWCC auction goes. I went through the binder and pulled out the cards. So what I'm basically doing here is figuring out which cards I want to send to Express, to PSA, BGS, or CGC. So I pulled out mainly the money cards out of the binder to see which ones are worth it. Basically, the entire binder is worth submitting bulk at a minimum, because majority of them would get PSA 10s, I'm guessing. But it's for me to determine really which ones are worthy of getting sent express. And I'm going to do that here on this video. So obviously I'm going through this stack of cards. It might take a minute, so this might be a semi-long video, but you'll get an idea of how I look at and analyze cards. So like I said, most of these cards are really good condition. So what I'm looking for are dings. It's silvering on this side generally, so you can see, you might be able to see it, some light silvering. I see 0 print lines, maybe a faint one in the bottom left, but nothing that would detract from a PSA 10. There is very light silvering. Check the back. So basically, if it comes up with whitening, and it has whitening there. So I would guess this would probably be a PSA 9. So probably not worth submitting express. Now I remember this Gengar had one line. And it looks like a print line right here. If you look really close, it's got like a little binder ding. So I would probably send this to CGC because that might get swept under the rug. Man, besides that though, this thing is really clean. There's no whitening except for maybe a small little smidgen in the bottom left. But CGC is generally pretty generous for those binder dings. So that card is clean. So that'd probably be a 7 at CGC, but that might be worth sending. First edition Dragonite's got a little bit of print lineage. Centering these cards so far have been okay. This one's a little off left to right. So a little bit of whitening in the corner. So I would guess probably a 9. Don't really see a binder ding on this one at all. But a 9, is it worth it? This is also tough not looking up prices as I sit here, so that's tough. $150, man. That's pricey. It's price. So this is $60. So I would say that's tough. I spent $150. If I get a 9, it's probably okay. I feel like I got a better shot at getting a 9 sending to CGC, possibly. Might be a 9 centering. CGC just might be the play until I find something I know that's minty. Here's the vending series. This Pikachu in a PSA 10 was selling for like $1,000, but I think that centering left or right might not be able to achieve a PSA 10. For that reason, this probably won't get submitted express. That would definitely be a bulk. No symbol Wigglytuff. So the way I look at this is like, usually my goal is to recoup my money by sending cards express. So I've actually at this point sold the complete first edition Team Rocket set. Sold that for, I think it was 2.1. So I'm already at, so total all in with the flight at about 10 grand minus 2.1. So I'm sitting at about 7.9 in the hole still. But this one's got light scratches. It's got some whitening. It's probably going to get a 9 or an 8. Which a 9 no symbol Wigglytuff is a pretty good card. But probably not worth $150 express. This card's clean. Hollow looks really good. It's got very faint silvering on the side. But I've seen those get 10s. A little bit of whitening here, so it's probably another 8-9 candidate. So here we got some 1996 Japanese base set. 4 cards. They make their cards so nice. Look at that swirl, though. Look at that swirl. This card is nice. Centering looks a little off left to right. Enough to be a 10, though. So stuff I put here is likely, I'm guaranteeing, a PSA 10. So this one, might be the first candidate. Obviously, if this pulls a 9, probably not worth it. But I darn Skippy think this can be at a PSA 10. So I'll put it in there. Because a 1996 PSA 10 Hitmonchan, it's probably worth a few $100s. Quite a few hundred. Black Flame Error. I'd love a black label on one of these. Or a gold label, which I probably should think about for that too. Centering's off a little left to right. I think still enough for a 10 for PSA though. So for that reason, it scares me. This centering left to right's pretty close. A little thicker on the right. But again, this card is really clean. So now I'm just looking for like surface scuffs, which right there on the red part of the Pokeball, it has one. So probably a really good bulk submission card. Probably get a 9. Chance at a 10. It'd be pretty impressive. This one's got a scratch you can see right there, or a print line. Might be a print line, it's pretty straight. It's got a Pokeball orb. There it is. Yeah, I'd probably, again, really clean card. Centering's probably good enough for a PSA 10. Yeah, it's probably another bulk sub. Just because of the scratch and whatever I just took off there, it looks like I might have left a little mark. Might be able to get rubbed off, but this is guaranteed PSA 10. No, I don't have one of these in a 10. It'd be pretty cool to grade my own. Not gonna lie. That might do it. Centering again, a little bit thicker on the right. There's the lightest scratch right here. If you look at it just right, which I'm showing you, but it's not visible at most angles. I don't know, might be worth a shot for me, just because it's Zapdos. But from what I just saw at PWCC, friggin' base set 10 English Zapdos sold for $250, which is pretty terrible. So that's a possibility. So those are some of the cheaper cards, I'd say. Getting the Gengar here. Might have to pick this up a little bit. Look at that massive print line, decent amount of silvering, some scratches. So, but in general, like, you could call this card near mint all day. But definitely not a express sub. Oh, I forgot there's one more base set card. Some of these Japanese cards are the ones I was thinking about for Beckett. Could you imagine a black label Blaine's Arcanine? Sheesh. I'm looking right here at his back left hind leg. It's like a little black dot right there. I don't know what it is. A little smudge here. Of course, this is like the cleanest looking one. Yeah, it's probably a PSA 9, chance out of 10. Base set Venusaur. This in a 10 would be nice. Oh, Red Wing scored. I'm trying to see what's going on up here on the top. Yeah, it's got like a, you see that? Some type of ripple to it. Of course, the rest of the card's gem mint. Kills me sending this stuff to CGC though, dude. But if this pulled like a 10, like I wouldn't pull a 10 because they'd see this, but they're pretty generous on this. I can almost feel that. Which makes me not want to send it express. Need to press it out somehow. So historically, I've been just sending everything CGC Express that I want to. This is the first time I'm really thinking about PSA and BGS because I've been getting railed. Little swirl down there. Yeah, this card's gem. There's a print line straight across the back. See that right through the red ball? And one on the bottom. But is that enough to detract it from a 10? And it's on the back? That is the question. So what I'll do is I'll probably search up the PSA 9 and the PSA 10 price on these to see if it has a chance of me just losing my balls. Oh, he's got a Pokeball by his butt. You see that? And I'm back. Guess I ran out of storage. Card looks pretty dang good. Centering's off top to bottom. Back's even better than the Mew. I'd say it's a solid chance out of 10. Solid chance. Yeah, there ain't no way I'm getting through this entire stack. No way. See, I feel like some of these cards, like this card's probably not even worth $300 in a 10. So it might not be worth it. But the boy is gem almost. Like, it's got a print line right here. So I'll definitely be looking that up. Like, I'll look up the PSA 10 prices on these. And that's like $60 to get a 9. And the PSA and the CGC 9 is probably $100. So yeah, it's some of these Japanese might not be worth it as they lay. That's a nice looking card. How's that top to bottom look? Left or right is almost, it's like right there, left or right. I almost say that same for top to bottom. Like, that's a nice looking card. This card in a black label would be nutty. I've never really analyzed my Zapdos black label. Well, I tell you what, this card has a shot. I'd say a minimum BGS 10 gold label. Minimum. This one's off top to bottom. Left to right looks pretty good. Top to bottom's not bad enough to get out of a 10 at PSA, I'd say. Yeah, I'd say it's a 10 at PSA, but just figuring the price. Because usually, like I said, I like to pay off everything, and what I'll do then, after I recoup the money, I'll bulk grade everything else, which is what I've done in the past, kind of. So there's a little something right here on the right side. Centering left to right's a little off. Top to bottom's better. Little nick up here. Like even this, $60 to grade at CGC Express, or just sell it raw in like near mint to mint condition. Oh, it's a tough one. It's tough. I don't think it's going to get a PSA 10. I'm in a tough spot. It's going to be a long video. One of these in a BGS black label. Jesus. It's got a little, this is the most damage I've seen on one of these. It's like silvering right there. You can see it. But this card is clean. Besides that, centering's a little wonky on the back, but that don't matter as much. The front's a little off top to bottom. Yeah. Curious what a PSA 10 of this sells for. I don't know if this would hit a 10. So this card seems really dark. And this one. Look how deep blue this is. I have so many more cards to go through. 9:30, run out of time, got 29 minutes. Centering left to right, not black label worthy. It's probably a 9 or 9.5. Top to bottom, similar. So PSA 10's only shot. Definitely gonna have to go through these. It's got like a fingerprint up top. But there's like no print line, no scratches. Centering's off on the back, but they're more lenient on the back. It's got a print line here on the left. See, these are crazy bulk submission cards. If I could have submitted these at $7 a card, holy. Sponsored drink break. Red Wings are in overtime. Just realized that. We're going to take a break. Red Wings suck. They lost. I'm loving the deep blue on this thing. Thing's dope. Left to right is solid. Top to bottom would probably get you a 9.5 centering. Maybe a 9. Thinking BGS wise. CGC, they don't give 10, so the bottom's looked a little scuffy down there, but I'd say it's a solid PSA 10 candidate, but I don't know if it's worth it money wise. Alright, Rockets Mewtwo. Probably a similar story. Centering left to right is pretty close. Top to bottom is also pretty close. So part of me really wants to send it to BGS, because this is a BGS 10 would be pretty nutty too. But this bottom left is a little scratched, you can see. So set her to the side. God, this grading submission stuff sucks now. There's a stain up here, bro? What are you doing? Just drinking coffee? Is that a stain? No, it's hollow pattern bleed. Nice. Centering left to right's bad. Top to bottom is not also perfect, but PSA 10 quality. No, not with that corner. No, no, no. All right, Blaine, let's do some work here. Left to right, off. So a little silvering on the top. Little thumbprint up there, but PSA 10 quality. I don't even want to look at this one, rather just put it aside. Left to right is a little off. Top to bottom's off. It's crazy how nice they print their hollows. The hollows on these are crazy good compared to WotC. Of course, the back of this card's a gem. I don't see any scuffs or nothing. But it'd probably get a 9 for centering. Second Zard. There was a black label one of these that sold for $15,000. Pretty crazy. little off left or right. A little bit of whitening up here. Dang, just because of that, I don't want to send it to PSA. Bummer, dude. This card in a 10 would be nice. Extremely clean hollow. Centering left to right is not terrible. Top to bottom's not terrible. I always put it back in. And the back of the card's very clean. So, imagine like all these being PSA 10s. That'd be nutty. That's expensive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's $1,500 to submit all those. Ouch. Is it worth it? I mean, if I could grade all those, they all get 10s, and I sell them and pay for everything, this small stack of cards, I guess it is worth it. And the rest is profit. That's pretty nuts. This one's got a nick or something right here on the corner. Here's the baby right here. I want to black label one of these. Centering left to right. Solid. Top to bottom, not solid. Maybe a 9.5 centering though. I'd say the centering is definitely a PSA 10 quality. Surface is definitely a 10 quality. Just don't know what's going on with this corner. Like, it looks like the cut edge is like raised. It's like a Watsy cut edge. The back looks perfect. Centering left to right, it's off. Top to bottom slightly off, so I'll probably send it a PSA. And this is definitely better condition than the last PSA 9 loogie I sent in. But maybe they'd hit me for this corner. I don't know, it's tough to say. Hoping my audio is not terrible because my mouth is like right next to this thing. Okay, Jolteon. What do we got? We got a clean hollow pattern. A little silvering on the bottom. It's always something. Silvering on the sides. Almost gem on the back. It's got a little bit of whitening, so it's probably a 9. PSA 9 first edition Jolteon, though. It's a pretty nice card. I like this one more. Just as a card. Dang, this thing looks nice. Mint. No scratches, no print lines. Not seeing like any silvering. Centering left to right is solid. Top to bottom is solid. I'd say it's probably would get a 9 because of the whitening. Right there with your brother. It's 9:48. Got 12 minutes to PWCC time. This one's got silvering, the worst I've seen. There's one of those Watsy cut edges right here. You can kind of see it. Yeah. Got Snorlax. Some more bad silvering. Clean hollows, though. Dang. Really bad silvering. Probably an 8 or a 9 because of the silvering. First edition, though. Man, that's a nice card. That is the best hollow I've seen on one of these. Flareon's was really nice as well. The centering top to bottom's a little off. So I don't know if that would pull a PSA 10. And of course, there's no whitening. It'd probably get a 9 because of the centering top to bottom. Which is unfortunate. Because the card is mint. For the most part, I'd say. Articuno. It's got a light scratch above his wing. Maybe a light scratch over his tail. Top to bottom. Centering's bad. 9. It's a lot of 9s in here in my eyes. First edition Zapdos. Centering top to bottom's good. Left to right's good. Hollow was really good. Not seeing any issues with it. I'd say it's got a shot at a PSA 10. I reckon. Grade my own PSA 10 Zapdoses. Flareon, of course, you got some silvering. Hollows are clean. A little bit of whitening. Chance at a 10, like a guaranteed 9. Can't complain about that. Can't complain about that. Dark Dragonite, this is addicting. Got some couple scratches. Centering left to right's not bad. Top to bottom's good. White nick up top. Dang, 9. I'd give that a 9. One silvering dot at the top here. Cleanest hollow on this side of the Mississippi. So we got another solid 9 here from PSA. Chasing 10s, baby. 10s. This one's got hella print lines. Look at that. It's like shading. And no whitening. That's cool. Send to CGC and get a 7. I mean, I don't even know what to do with that card. Like, that card in a PSA 10 is good, but it's not going to get a 10 because of the print lines. So it would likely get a CGC 9, and it's probably worth just selling as a near mint, as a mint card, versus paying $60 and selling it as a CGC 9 or an 8.5. Let's jump to a couple big dollar ones. Let's see what we got in here. Oh shoot, dude, I got too much fire in here still. Jesus. I didn't even get the Shadowless yet. Shadowless isn't that amazing, so likely most of it won't be going. Wow, yeah, I'm gonna have to go through this whole stack, so that'll be that's a night thing, but I'll see if I can jump through a couple of these. So I've really been wanting to determine what I'm doing with this. So let's do that right now. First edition, Neo Genesis Lugia. I think the centering kills it to a PSA 9 alone. Left to right. It's got print lines and a couple of scratches or print lines. Hard to tell. Really good condition. I want to say the back had no whitening. And the back has no whitening. Yeah, the back's basically mint. So, print lines, scratches, centering. I'd almost do a CGC because you're not going to get a Beckett 9.5, I don't think. The centering's probably a 9 or an 8.5 at CGC and Beckett, which kind of kills me inside. Definitely not. Oh, PSA, if it pulled a 9, I'd be pretty gravy. But with the combination of the print lines and the centering, it could be an 8.5, and I'd cry. So I'm leaning to CGC for the $60 Express just to see what they say and take it from there. So I'm going to send it off with that. We're 5 minutes to PWCC, and I'm going to jump into that, and I cannot wait. Talk to y'all.